Hello everyone and welcome to Holistic Healing with Deepshikha. Life. Wouldn't it have been wonderful if it came with a manual with very clear do's and don'ts and specifically mentioned the maybes with the details of what could happen if someone was to delve into them? Especially when it came to the decisions, actions, etc. related to other humans. Just imagine how easy everything would be, especially when the heart is at stake. Something as simple as LHS is equal to RHS, hence proved. God, I seriously miss those days when proving LHS is equal to RHS was the most difficult thing one had to do in the entire day. Having said all this and going on about how I wish things could have been, let me also specify that I do know that had life been with a manual, it would have been plain, simple, boring. So though right now I'm sitting here wishing for one, I am thankful for all the ups and downs that life has thrown at me and the various people that I have come across, some of whom I am still trying to understand. So let's delve into the profound impact people have on our lives, from family and friends to acquaintances and even strangers. The interactions we have with others shape our thoughts, emotions and actions. We all have heard how human beings are social creatures, and in this episode, let's explore the multifaceted ways in which people affect us, from emotional support, personal growth, and spiritual growth to the challenges and conflicts we encounter and how these shape our inner evolution. To start with, let's talk about the emotional support. When we talk about relationships and people generally, it's the emotional engagement that comes to our mind. The empathy, love and encouragement that we often receive from people close to us help us navigate the ups and downs of life. The presence of these relationships also elevate stress, boost our self-esteem and contribute to our overall mental well-being. And we all are aware of this aspect of relationships. So without getting into this further, let's move on to the next aspect, which is personal growth. People in our lives can be catalysts for personal growth and self-improvement. Through constructive feedback, mentorship, and shared experiences, we learn, adapt, and evolve. Even disagreements, misunderstandings, and to some extent, unfortunately, toxic relationships challenge our resilience and force us to develop coping mechanisms. These trials, though difficult, can lead to personal growth and self-discovery. The last aspect of relationships, the one aspect into which I'm going to get into a little bit more in detail, is the spiritual growth. After having been on this spiritual journey, I've come to believe that nothing and no one comes into our lives just like that. Everything and everyone happens to us when the time is right and in the exact manner how that situation or relationship is supposed to happen. So what we have control over is how we react to it and how we behave in that relationship. Often, the other person in the relationship is just mirroring us, be it our fears or how we see the relationship evolving. We are not isolated beings on individual journeys. Instead, we are interconnected souls, each contributing to the collective spiritual tapestry. And that is why they serve as mirrors reflecting our inner selves, challenging our beliefs and pushing us to grow. And when I talk about relationships, I'm not just talking about the usual relationships that we form in our lifetime. But as you become aware and move on in this journey, you will also attract mentors and guides who provide invaluable insights, helping us navigate the intricate paths of a spiritual journey. And there may be times when this teaching of wisdom will come from the most unexpected source. By saying mentors and guides, I'm not talking only about the enlightened beings. For example, your pet may also turn out to be a spirit guide. When you start seeing relationships from the spiritual point of view, the difficulties and the conflicts that arise in our interactions with others then start to serve as a catalyst for spiritual growth. These challenges force us to confront our limitations, biases, and ego-driven tendencies. The first response to any adversity or difficult situation becomes to self-reflect and refine our character. In fact, now my first response has become to look within and ask myself, why is that situation or person affecting me in the manner that they are? And even when confronting another person, I am more open to accepting my mistake or my limitation and understanding, which I have been recently told may be perceived as being weak, but to me, I think it gives me peace that I could keep my ego aside and think beyond myself. The love, kindness, and compassion we show others often helps us more than those towards whom these emotions are being directed at that moment, because all these emotions have a higher vibration. And when we choose love, kindness, and understanding, etc., to resolve a conflict rather than ego, anger, and such like emotions, no matter what the result of the conflict might be, you will always find yourself at peace and attracting love. You see, the universe will always give you more of what you are. By this, I don't say that you may not be hurt or feel anger or be disappointed. But I am talking about how you choose to be in a situation, not feel in the situation. After all, we all are humans, and it is very human to feel all these emotions. In a life's journey, people are not mere spectators but active participants who shape our understanding and experiences. They challenge us, guide us, and inspire us to become better versions of ourselves. Embracing the profound role of individuals in our spiritual development can lead to a more enriching and fulfilling path of self-discovery and enlightenment. Also, it always helps to remember that the connections we forge with others are not coincidental but are part of a grand scheme that shapes our spiritual destiny. And in the end, I would like to read a quote by Cleo Wade. It is a profound act of love to choose who you are going to be instead of living in response to who has hurt you and what has happened to you. To make your heart your divine responsibility, to challenge yourself to get your heart as kind and fiercely loving as possible. It is a profound act of courage to then share that heart with the world. And with this, we come to the end of this episode. Thank you for listening and have a great day and week ahead.